Hello, everyone, and happy Halloween. Tomorrow is the big day, and I've been kind of partying this week. I went to a cute, fun luncheon with about 50 ladies yesterday at a restaurant, and everybody was in costume, and we just had a great time. So, I always have to show off some of my headgear and earrings when I'm on live because as a kindergarten teacher, we love to dress up. So, and in fact, I wanted to show you this cute little thing that was one of the table favors. It is a pool noodle that was cut, I guess that's about 2 inches. Then you wrap your material around, stuff it in the hole, add your little leaf, and then the wine cork serves as the stem. So I thought that was really cute. Okay, let's get down to business today. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is one of our kits, and it's $22, and it is called the Harvest Home Garland Kit. Now this is about 5 feet 6 inches, somewhere around there, and just for dividing things up today, I'm gonna pretend it's 6 inches, and I'll show you about that in just a second. So in your kit you had, and I have already worked with this a little bit just so we wouldn't take too long, but this is the cord. It's paper wrapped wire, I guess, and I divided it into fourths. So we're going to be working and decorating a fourth of this wire right here. And so we got the wire. I'm going to set it right here. Here is our instruction sheet, and all of them are pictures. So it'll tell you, like, to punch out your leaves, to fold them. That's a little sign for folding. You have some acorns, and I'll show you what to do with them in a little bit. And you're going to need a hot glue gun. Now mine's ancient, and you see how yellowed my glue has gotten. And then you just work your way down until you have finished putting your decorations on the wire. Then you can either make a garland out of it, which is what I'm going to do, or you can make one big wreath or 2 smaller ones. Then it shows you what comes with the kit as far as the leaves go. All right, so let me show you. You're going to get okay, here are the little acorns, and we're going to be using 3. So I'm going to take those 3 out and set them aside. And see how cute they are? They really look like the real thing. And this is a little piece of wire that you'll be able to manipulate and then glue. And let's see, I think there were 12 in here. So that leaves enough for your other 3 sections. And then in here, like I said, I already took it apart just to save us some time. But we've got all of these gorgeous leaves. And I'm going to move my box out of the way. The colors are gorgeous in here. But on each sheet, Okay, you have like 2 sheets in this color, and there are 8 leaves. So I picked out 2 of the small and 2 of the large leaves. And this is Cajun Craze. Then we have, well, I'm not going to go necessarily in order, but Lost Lagoon, Vanilla, and there are 2 shades of green. This looks more like sea foam to me. And then you have the olive green right here. And there are 2 shades of the Cajun Craze. So this was the lighter version. But if you can, let me see, maybe this would show up a little bit better. Can you see the score marks and everything in there? And each leaf has a center vein, and you're going to fold that, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Then you have this ivory, and it's embossed, but it's also a rough texture, almost like handmade paper. I've got 2 of those, so I pulled out 4 leaves. Now, this is exciting. You get 4 of the copper leaves. So I punched out the whole sheet for what we're going to use. And listen, I want you to pay attention to this because I like to use my metallic papers, gold, silver, copper. I like to use as much as I can without it wasting anything. So I'm going to be saving these sheets so that when I need to punch or cut out just a little bit of copper, I can do it out of a scrap instead of a whole sheet. Next, we have some more of the handmade paper look, and this is just in a gray color. This one is, let's see, I think they call it pecan pie, but to me it's more of a crumb cake. And then you have another sheet of copper. Now let me show you, see how much space they left? So you can get a lot of goodies out of that. But let me show you, most of the leaves are single. But on this copper sheet, you have the leaves that are together. And then lastly, they put, and there are only 2 sheets of this, so there's 6 here, 6 here, so I punched out the 6. And they're combos, again, they're leaves that are together, okay? So that is the supplies that you're going to get. Now I'm going to take care of my little acorns, and it shows you, let me get the instructions again, because it isn't even shows you how to do that. Okay, so on this middle page right here, it's showing the acorns. So you're going to use 3 for each little section. Like I said, I divided it into 4. And on the single, there's one by itself, and you're just going to wrap it around just so that you can tuck it in and still have a place to glue it. So I'm going to put that right over here. The other 2, you're going to twist together like so. Again, you can curl it up if you want. Just making sure that the stem stays out of sight. So there's your double acorn. All right, now, moment of truth. Here we go. Like I said, I measured off the wire, and it's a very thick wire that you can bend, but it's not flimsy. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to put every kit that we get, paper pumpkin or whatever, you get a piece of thick cardboard that is great for working with your projects. Now, okay, these are all the leaves that I punched out. So I'm just going to pick some. I think that I will start with an oak leaf, and then we'll add things to it. I'm just randomly picking up one or two leaves. You can get some big ones. There's a small one. Oh, and I didn't fold those. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Here we go. A large and small. So I'm just randomly and grabbing some things to get started with, and then I'll pick that. So I'm going to put that out of the way, and then we can grab as I need more. So on the gray ones, these are the only ones. I punched one color and then folded it. So right along that little line, I'm just going to give it a soft fold. I'm not using my bone folder because I don't want it to be a hard crease there. Okay, so we'll pick a couple of those. All right, let's see what we're going to get started with. I'm going to lay these out so that I can see what I have. Maybe put the large ones and the small ones together. Oh, I need another copper leaf, that's for sure. So we'll get that in a minute. I'm going to twist this a little bit tighter there. And I'm going to start right about here so that you don't cover up the little loop, because that can always be tucked down where it won't be shown. So I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to go right along the wire. Now, I think Martha Stewart taught me this, that whenever you're working with hot glue, always keep a bowl of water close by in case you get burned, because it will burn you, trust me. And so you want to always have that close by so that in case you have an accident. And I did. Last time I used my glue gun, I was, I don't know what I was doing, but I dropped a huge pile right in the middle of my palm, and it blistered and burned and hurt like heck. Okay, so let's stick in another big one. Okay. I'm gonna, I guess I'll stick it maybe like right there. Now, most of these are double-sided. Okay, but the copper and is not. I think that's the only one. Let's see. Yeah, all of these are. And let's use a blue one. I didn't tell you. Yeah, did I tell you all the colors? I think I did. Okay, I'm going to put this here and kind of scrunch that up a little bit and put the brown one right there. So you see I'm not putting it all on the wire. Some of it I'm putting on the leaves themselves. And I'm going to tuck that in because I'll cover it up with something. Okay, let's see. Let's use one of these gray ones. And I'm sure that these are probably true to form, that whenever you get a kit or a paper pumpkin from Stampin' Up, they have adequate supplies. So you always have some leftovers. Let's stick this one there. So you're just building so that hopefully when we finish it will look similar to this, and you can always go back in and tuck some leaves where you think they need to go. I think that needs, but I don't want to cover up all of the copper. Okay, and I guess we'll go ahead and put I'm going to do this on the wire. Okay, and let's put this one going this way. And we need some smaller ones, so let me get in here and let's see. Big one. And like I said, no rhyme or reason. I'm just sticking them where I think it needs something. Okay, I'm gonna use that farther down because I don't want it to be covering up too much of the other ones, and there are too many similar ones, so I'm gonna save that one and let's throw in one here. And you can go back and kind of play with these. You might even want to use your bone folder to curl the leaves. I don't know if you know how to do that or not, but let's see, here's my bone folder. I'll take a little one. You just put the edge down and see how it curls it a little bit. So you can do some of that too. That'll add a little interest. And I guess we'll put that little guy right there. So you just keep working your way down. And let's do another blue one. Blue's my favorite color, so let's do that. And I'm gonna stick, let's see. Ooh, got it stuck to the cardboard. Okay, I'm gonna go this way with it. And you can come back and either snip off if there's any showing, but I think most of it's going to be covered up. So let's do one right here. Let's see. There we go. And I think we need a green one. Oh, look, that's perfect. Let's stick that right in there. So are y'all all prepared for trick-or-treating tomorrow night? Our weather's going to be really nice. We had a cool front come in, and I actually got to wear a sweatshirt this morning. Now let's use one of those double copper ones. Those are so pretty. And you can kind of tuck it in if you want to. In fact, I think I'm going to move this little guy. I want it. Oh yeah, I think that's going to work well. And let's see. Get those little stems and just hold that on there. And let's see, what are we going to do next? I think we need a big copper one. I mean, Cajun cray, excuse me. But again, I don't want to cover up all my copper right there. But anyway, you can kind of see how this is building. And I may want to go back and put one here. It's getting a little fatter here. So I may want to go back and tuck some leaves up under here. So it's really, there's no pattern. There's no rhyme or reason. And you can just go to town putting the leaves wherever you want them to go. And let's see, let me get that up on there. And if it didn't go in the way you want it to go, just get in there and tack it a little bit. Let's see. We did use that. Oh, we hadn't used one of these. Yeah, I guess we did up there, but no, that's too similar to that color. Let's throw in an old olive. That'll be good. Brighten things up there. See, and you can kind of wiggle them around. I'm going to stick a little glue right here. And maybe here. So I don't know if you've worked with hot glue or not, but it really goes fast when you're doing it because it dries almost instantly. And I think we need another big leaf up in there. Let's see. Let's do one of these. And I'm going to kind of put it right in here, I think. Although that may already be tacked. So let me do it like so. And then that'll make it a little bit broader there. I don't know if I like that or not. Okay. Let's see if I can just, I think I'll put a smaller one and tuck it right here. Yeah. Okay. And that'd be a good place for a maple leaf. So this is, I'm just having a blast here. This is so much fun. And of course, if you have a friend doing one with you, y'all's are going to probably look totally different. Okay. Oops. There's some of that. Okay. So, that one didn't get far enough down. Let me move it a little bit. Oops. There we go. That's better. And let's stick one of these here. Like I said, you can come back and if you need to trim something, you can do that. Let's see. No, I don't want that big one. Oh, here's another gray one. That's that paper that is so awesome. Okay, so I think that you have gotten the idea here. And when I finish mine, I'll post a picture online and show you. But you've got everything in a box. This is what we call an experience in a box, because you've got everything that you need except for maybe some scissors, a bone folder, and of course the glue gun. That does not come with it. But everything else, and then you can see how pretty this is coming along. I'm quite pleased with that. So anyway, this is a lot of fun. You can get a friend and each of you get a kit or work on one together. And like I said, you can fill in if you need to. But this is a fourth. And look how many leaves I still have left. Okay? So you've got plenty that you can go back and fill in, or you can use these on a different project and make what we call an alternative to the kit. So, all right. I think that's going to wrap things up for now. If you have questions, you can always reach me. And I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Laura Lee Collet, stamping at thebirdnest.com, and I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I will give the supplies that are in the kit and some information at the when I post this. So until later, be sure you have your get up ready for tomorrow night and enjoy it. I hope your kids enjoy it, grandkids, and y'all have a blast. Thanks for joining me today. Love you. Please come back next week, 12 noon Central Time on Thursdays. Bye.